everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I have a new recipe for you guys. If you've been to the Cheesecake Factory, you know this is one of their #1 dishes, if not the #1. This is called chicken Madeira. Like I said, this is a very popular dish at the Cheesecake. I will be teaching you how I made this today, so if you want to learn how to make this easy, fast, but very delicious, flavorful dish, then just keep on watching. Look at that. Come on, you guys. Tell me this does not look delicious. These are all of the ingredients that you will be needing for this recipe. Onion, mushrooms. You can use whatever mushrooms you'd like. Butter, parsley, fresh parsley, and garlic cloves. Here I have about 6, but 3 of them are small, so it's about 4 big cloves in total. You will need Madeira wine. I think that's how you pronounce it. All of this you can get at your local Safeway. And then you will need heavy whipping cream to thicken the sauce. For chicken, I will be using boneless, skinless chicken breast. This is my favorite brand, Rocky. You can find this at Safeway. I swear by this chicken. It is a total of 2 chicken breasts. I will show you how I cut all of these ingredients up. Here I have 1½ cups of chicken broth. This is homemade chicken broth. You can use vegetable or beef broth. I will be using homemade chicken broth. Of course, you will be needing salt and pepper. For the creamy garlic red skin mashed potatoes, you will be needing a total of 5 to 6 red skin potatoes, 3 garlic cloves, some chives. You will also need some butter, milk. Here I have our favorite. It is the Clover 2% organic milk. You will also need a little bit of heavy whipping cream, salt and pepper to taste. You will also be needing asparagus. Go ahead and remove the root part of the garlic and just start slicing them. Remove this, just like that. You don't want to do thick slices, but you also don't want to do too thin slices. So just go ahead and slice it this much. They do shrink in size once they are cooked. You cut off the more fibrous side. These are already cut, so you don't need to do that step, but if you were to buy the ones that aren't previously cut, then you do need to remove that. Moving on to the potatoes. Make sure you wash your potatoes nicely because they do grow in dirt, so they're very dirty. Go ahead and heat up a big pan and add olive oil. We're going to pan sear our chicken. We're going to almost cook it all the way through. I'm using the Himalayan pink salt and the black pepper. Nice and golden on both sides. This is how our chicken is looking like. I'm going to flip the chicken now. That's perfect. That color is perfect. Go ahead and let this cook for another 5 minutes on the other side. So I added about 1.5 quarts of hot water into a pan. Let that boil and add salt. Go ahead and dump your potatoes inside. You're going to let this cook until the potatoes are cooked through. A way of knowing is inserting a fork. If the fork goes in through easily, then that means they're cooked. Those will cook while you're working on your chicken and on your sauce. Going to drizzle some oil. And go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of butter. Add in your mushrooms. Go ahead and add in your onion. Cook for 2 minutes and then go ahead and add in your garlic. The reason why we didn't add the garlic in the beginning is because we don't want it to burn and get a bitter taste. So I'm not using all of it, so go ahead and use half. Let that cook for 2 minutes and then add in the parsley and salt and pepper. Give this a good mix and then remove from the pan, but don't clean the pan. We're going to use this to make these sauce. Madeira wine. I measure 1 cup of that. You're going to let that simmer on medium heat and let it cook down to like half. So my wine has been simmering now for 10 minutes. You now want to add your chicken broth. I'm adding 1.5 cups of our sauce has been simmering for quite some time. I'm now going to incorporate the heavy cream. This will thicken it. This smells just like it. So keep stirring. While your wine is simmering, go ahead and add a little bit of water into a steamer pot. I'm going to steam my asparagus. That's the easiest way for me. Using that same pot that we used to cook our potatoes, I'm taking about 4 tablespoons of butter. Then adding the garlic, and I had a little bit of onion left over, so I'm adding that in there too. Go ahead and let the garlic cook for just a good 2 minutes. You don't want to overcook it. And add your potatoes. Milk. There's no exact measure. This is up to you. About that much milk. Tiny bit of heavy cream. I do use more milk than I use heavy cream. Heavy cream is not necessary. Add pepper and salt. These are meant to be kind of chunky, so you don't need a masher, but if you wanted to mash them up and make them nice and pureed, you can also do that, but that's not the style I was going for. Cheesecake Factory's is more of a like chunky mashed potato, so that's the vibe. Okay, go ahead and taste it. They're so good. Mine just need more salt. The chives. So in order to get the cheese melted, just like cheesecakes, we need to bake it. So I'm going to show you how to lay this out. This is the shape and thickness that I was going for. What happened was I should have just cut the chicken breasts in half, but I cut them into like 3. So some of them ended up ripping and like cutting into smaller pieces. So if you want to achieve that perfect thin breast, go ahead and cut your breast in half. Add your chicken into a bag and pound your chicken until it's about 1/4 of an inch thick. But this is fine with me. You're then going to add all of this mushroom and garlic on top. So this is what our sauce ended up looking like. We're going to dump all of this on top. And then grab some mozzarella. Add some asparagus. And let's bake this in the oven. You can do bake or broil since the chicken is pretty much cooked. You're just going to bake this for 5 to 10 minutes, no more than that. So I ended up baking this for 5 minutes and I put it on broil for another 5 minutes, but be very careful with broil. You don't want to take your eyes off of it because it can burn. This is what it looks like. Look at that. Come on, you guys. Tell me this does not look delicious. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and try this recipe out. You will not be disappointed.